G'day all, welcome back to another Helldivers II video. Have you ever asked yourself this question? Why is my Sentry Stratagem bouncing, or why is it being able to be placed in a certain location? If you have, well, this video is for you, because I'm actually going to go through testing a whole bunch of different Sentry Stratagems on 3 different planets. We're going to test them on Helldivers, Estanu and Crimsica, and in a whole bunch of different locations. So I'm hoping, and I come to a fairly robust conclusion at the end as to why they stick or why they place in certain locations. Obviously you want to get them up in a high location and not easily accessible by the enemies to destroy. So yeah, hopefully this video will help out with some of that, and yeah, I'll take you through a whole bunch of clips of successful placements and bounces of Sentry Stratagems. So we'll take you through that now. I'll chat to you at the end of the clips, and yeah, we'll let you know what my theory is behind it. Okay, let's do it now. Okay, so here we are on Crimsica. I'm just trying on the first rock I see, easily accessible, fairly low, and it sticks successfully. That's oh, I did a couple there. So alright, we're trying it on another sort of fairly low lying, easily accessible rock with a nice flat area. Will it stick? Yes it does. So as I said, I have a theory which I'll explain at the end, because after doing... Oh, here's a extraction point, which is quite a common extraction point. You'll see this extraction point quite a lot, and on this particular planet, and I think on other planets you'll actually see this large rock next to it. Even though it's procedurally generated, you'll probably always see this large rock next to it and bounce. You can't place one on this rock next to this particular extraction point. I do actually try and place it on this wall column, but that doesn't work, that just bounces. Yeah, so can't place one there, but you have to actually get it. You have to climb up there. It's really hard. Here, I thought I'd just try it on the edge, and yeah, it bounces as well. So you can't place it anywhere on that rock. Here, I don't think it's going to work. Oh no, it does. There you go. But it is low, very low rock formation. So that one was actually successful. From looking at it, I didn't think it would, but yep. See, so. What on earth are they doing to make these stick or not? Or what is their criteria? Again, I have my theories, so wait till the end of the video for that. So here we are, trying to go up to a high outcrop area, or high rocky area. Still on Estanu, and there we go, success on a fairly high area. But fairly flat and easily accessible by, well, not that easily accessible by the enemies. Yeah. So, nice little spot. It is near the objective there. So, placing a couple here would be nice in the higher levels, obviously. There's not much to do here in the lower levels. It's just a test. Obviously, I'm on level 1. But, in a hairy suicide mission or something, yeah, it would be quite handy in these locations. So yeah, to successfully place 2. It is actually doing some work on the enemy there. Perfect location for sentries. So I think I probably jump back over to the next rock soon. So we can see whether we can actually place it on a rocky area that's near here. Let's see if we can put one. And we can. Nice spot for a sentry there. Nice and high. It's a mortar. So yeah, the enemies would definitely have a hard time getting to that, but thinking it's still possible. Must be an area there where they can get up. It's not that high, and it's fairly flat, so I think it's going to stick. I can't remember, but yep, sticks. There you go. Perfect place for a sentry, but again, easily accessible by the enemy. It's like got a set of steps going up to it there, almost. I've seen that rock many times playing the games. Will it stick? I don't think so. Because it seems to be the more times it won't, then it will. So they're doing something specific for you to be able to stick these sentries, and they're not allowing you to put them in certain locations for obvious reasons. But yeah, this one I don't think will. Doesn't look like it will. Bang. Yep, bounce. And it's got to bounce. Yeah, bounce. There you go. And I'm going to jetpack to the next one, which again looks like a perfect spot, but it is higher. All of these rocks, you'll notice, are higher than the first one that I successfully placed sentry on, which is now doing work. I'm waiting for the cooldown. That one's no. That one's yes. That one's no. This one, still yet to see, but I would say no as well. Yep, bounce. So out of these 4 rocks around this extraction point, there's only one that I can, and that's the lowest one out of all of them, which might give you a hint as to my conclusion at the end. Okay, so we're going to probably extract from here and then go on to the next planet soon. I think I actually do place one in this first rock again, just to double check. But once it sticks, yeah, you can always stick the stratagem into the Sentry Stratagem into the same spot. So there we go, right, almost exactly the same spot. So I think, yeah, we're probably going to be obviously extract after this and then move on to Hellmire. And yeah, here we are down on Hellmire now. I think I actually go straight into it to start testing out sentries. So this is the first test, just on a low level rock. Success. There we go. So, you know, not a great place for a sentry, but yeah, the enemy will get to it, but not, again, better than being completely on the flat. So you definitely want to try and place your sentries on higher locations. I think not all maps have a lot of rocks. Some of them are, you know, like forests and things like that, so it depends on the biome, but if you're on these rocky planets, there you go, the rocket sentry's doing its work. Just placed another one there. So here we go, we're going on to a slightly higher rock, above a point of interest. Will it stick? That bounce. And I think we've seen this rock before on the first planet, when we were in Crimsica. So there's similar rocks, just different colours and textures and formations, but they're usually procedurally generated, but I think as a group of assets, so they'll all be grouped together, but maybe a different area, different location on the map. So yeah, this here, I'm testing the surface. I was walking through it, it's got a bit of sand on it, and yep, bounce. So I thought it would go in there, but again, really high rock formation there. As you can see me come down on the jump pack, and it ends up bouncing down here. That's the problem with bouncing too. It could bounce into a location that's, yeah, somewhere that you don't want. It's unpredictable. Bounce there, little outcrop, little formation sticking out. This is very similar to the one it's a very similar asset to the previous planet that I was successful in putting one, so I'm sure I've seen that rock formation in one of the previous short clips. So if you get familiar enough with the maps, you might actually, you know, can recognise the locations that you can place your sentries just by remembering them as being a successful stick. Here, don't like my chances. I would say no. Yep. So that's definite no. So bounced on one side on the back of the rock and then bang into the ground. So that was a really weird scenario there. I don't know what they determined the Sentry would stick there, but it didn't stick right next to it, but it did bounce on the back and then did stick on the other side. So that's really unusual, that scenario. Here I'm just chucking to the top of the rock, bounce. No way is that going to stick. But I think it actually bounced and then went over the other top, over the other side, and then landed. So yeah, I think I'm just starting to extract now. I'm obviously trying a nice little area here where you're definitely going to be successful. That's just a perfect spot. It's like a little steps up to the terminal there. But what I'll do is, yeah, after this we'll go back onto the ship and I'll let you know what my conclusions and theories are. So again, this is my theory and I don't know for sure, I can't prove it, but going off all the testing I've done and the 100 hours of gameplay, I think it's it may be a combination of three, but I think that one of them is probably the most feasible. And I'll start off with the number one reason why I think that they stick on some and not on others, and that's the fact that they've got assets that are procedurally generated, so they've got the same rocks going into different planets, but just in different locations. In fact, some of the rocks are the same around specific extraction points, but of course those extraction points are in different locations depending on the procedural that's generated. So I think that there's an actual flag in the code that says yes, this particular type of rock you can stick a Sentry to, and others you're not allowed to. Now the second and third tier of my theory, and it may be a combination of all three, possibly not, is the height of the rock. So the lower rocks obviously seem to be more able to be sticking sentries to, and also the ones that are more accessible by bugs. However, when I come down after I die to, say, a very high point, and the hell pod actually sticks on a really high point, those bugs can actually get to you eventually if you stay there quite a long time. So the bugs can actually get to the lowest areas and sometimes the highest areas depending on the type of, usually it's the minor ones that can sort of fly and hop. So I'm not sure if that theory about rocks being accessible by bugs flies, no pun intended, but I definitely think that there's a flag on a rock asset that says yes, allow Sentry, or no, don't allow Sentry. And if you get familiar enough with the rocks, like I said in watching those short clips of me testing out placing sentries, you'll eventually just go, oh, that looks like a rock I can stick a sentry to. I think with the height, which is the second possible theory that it may have something to do with it, is because it's obviously the lower ones you can seem to be more regularly be able to stick sentries to. So number one, flag on asset in procedural generation that says yes, this rock you were always allowed to stick a sentry to, and maybe one of those is placed around an extraction point. Second, height, the lower the more chance. Some of the higher ones they do allow, but that's probably less common than the lower height rocks. And the third, probably the weakest theory, is about it probably does have something to do with it, factors in, because they want the enemies to be able to get to the sentry to destroy it if it's placed in a bad location. So there you have it. That's my three sort of theories in order. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you agree or what you think. Obviously, we can't prove it. I don't think Arrowhead's ever going to tell us, but you never know, that information might get out one day as to why the sentries stick or not. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you got something out of this video. Smash that like and subscribe, and we'll catch you all on the next one. Bye bye for now.